pigeon fur coats. So if you have other inspiration for that project, come get some of that. The next one that I wanted to talk about is the Great Outdoors. We didn't get this fabric, but we couldn't resist the panels. So these are a panel that make a backpack, which adorably, you open the bear's mouth and he's got teeth and he's eating a fish. How fun is that? Really beginner friendly panel. Izzy was able to make this up without supervision and get the sample made up for us, and I just took the zipper pull off. So that's fun. I'll have to get that put back together on another day. The other panel that we have from the Great Outdoors makes a campfire, and it has logs and stones and charcoal for around the fire, and then it has fish that you can put on your roasting stick and cook, and it has s'mores with marshmallows, graham crackers, and you can roast the marshmallows on the fire. Another beginner friendly panel, something fun to make with the young people in your life, or if they don't want to participate in the making and just the playing, you can make it for them as a sweet little summer gift. So we have that sample in the shop and those two panels. Next is Ombre, which is a wonderful line with a little bit of metallic in it, and it's yardage, and it ombres from light to dark across the yardage, and we have a sample of that line made up in this pattern, ombre triangles out of a dessert roll, which is a longer jelly roll, so 5-inch wide instead of 2.5-inch wide, and that makes this deliciousness. I think it just looks like sherbet in a quilt, and I love it. Thank you, Terry Malik, for making that sample up for us. We have the pattern, we have the dessert rolls, we have the fabric. If you're inspired to do something else with that ombre, come on down and get some of that. I'm going to block my whole chair, I think. And then we have Grace. Grace is a line of fabric by Valerie Wells, and that's this deliciousness back here. All of these deep colors. She makes them from stamp print technology, and then that gets onto the fabric. This is the focal fabric for the line. Lots of color, and those colors echo in the coordinates. And we have a block of the month program coming up with Grace. So we haven't cut any yet because we are hoping to have a really enthusiastic block of the month program with that. And it's a really cool program. It is a mystery quilt of sorts, but we're gonna tell you so that you know what you're playing along with. And she had 10 other designers. So Valerie's a designer. She had 10 other designers, each design a block for this quilt. They were given dimensions and half-yard cuts of the fabric, and they each made, probably have a glare on this, I apologize. I'll try to put a link to this so that you can look at it in real pictures, but they each designed one of these blocks. So it's a mixed technique block of the month, some applique, some paper piecing, some curved seams, really good skill builder block of the month called I Am Worthy of Grace quilt. I loved the name, I loved the colors, and couldn't resist the line of fabric. I hope you can't either. And then we have Hey Boo. I know it's hard to think about Halloween in July, although it's June, so maybe it'll be easier by July. But right now, we have Hey Boo in the shop. This is a sample that I made up in an afternoon from the panel that's in Hey Boo, and then the coordinates that go with it. There's a few bolts of it up here. I'm too short. It's just wonderful little pinks and peaches and fun greens, and it says things like, eat, drink, and be scary, and here for the booze. You can interpret that as you wish, but it's quite a wonderful little line, and we have that for you to come play with. What else have we gotten in lately? Flower Girl. So Flower Girl is a line from Moda. One of the things in that line is a cheater panel. I love a good cheater panel that makes these hexy centers, but I brought this in for the studio because you can see a lot of the colors that are in the line, and I probably should have pressed that, but I wanted to make sure YouTube would work before I worried about pressing the panel. And this is the panel that has those cheater hexies, but it's a really wonderful soft color, kind of country classic look, and we have a block of the month program for that. We have Lynn Simino cutting those kits for us, just waiting for the blenders, and then we'll be able to launch that program. We have 8 patterns for that block of the month, and I think we've got 6 people signed up for it, so there's 2 left if that's something you think you'd like to play with. And then we have In the Afterglow, which is a Minky Kim line. If you haven't looked up Minky Kim, she is a really, really fun designer, pattern designer. She's got a great social media presence, and now she's designing fabric as well. It's a Riley Blake line, and it has strawberries in the focal prints and little daisies, and I am not good at identifying flora and fauna, so I'm just going to tell you it's really pretty and floral and has some geometrics in the checks. We have the entire collection, so if you look up In the Afterglow, Minky Kim, I'll try to put a link in if I can figure out how to do that, but it's a really wonderful line, and we've got that here in the shop for you to come play with. We are starting to get Christmas fabric. And people are telling me we should have a Christmas in July. This is one of the lines that we did decide to get fabrics out of, mostly because of the little sheep with wooden legs, which I thought was so cute. And we have a quilt kit for this that we'll be putting together. It's a City Lights pattern, really super simple, easy 3-yard quilt from Fabric Cafe that we'll have kitted up for you soon. And we have another Christmas line that I forgot to bring into the studio, so I'll have to show you that next week. So come next week and I'll tell you about the other Christmas line. Okay, classes. We're going to talk about classes. Tomorrow we have a rope bowl class, and if you're not watching this live, you might not know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is Wednesday, June 26th, and at 10:30 a.m., Diana Gauthier is going to teach a rope bowl class for us. Rope bowls are a pretty cool trend that's going on in the sewing world, where you take some form of rope. We're finding cotton works pretty well, and some zigzag stitches, and you go in circles or squares or triangles or all kinds of other shapes that you can play with, and you create a structure and you can put things in it. People are adding embellishments like folded fabric or wrapped fabric or sparkly netting or embroidered designs at the bottom of the bowl. And there's a lot of creativity going on in the rope bowl world. The class tomorrow will teach you the basics, how to make a basic rope bowl. And then Diana's been playing with this for a couple of months now, and she's got a bunch of techniques that she's going to share with us for how you can sort of launch your creative rope bowl career from there. Thursday is Fractured Star, which I think I'm going to need a footstool for, but I don't think I remembered to put one in here. So Fractured Star is this beautiful paper pieced wonderfulness, and people have a tendency to think paper piecing is scary and paper piecing isn't something they want to do, but this one you make the same component over and over and end up with this beautiful star. It's made with a jelly roll and some background fabric. It is a 2-day class, June 27th and July 18th, taught by Jean Corliss and Teresa Johnson, who have been teaching our paper piecing classes and doing a wonderful job getting people engaged in paper piecing and having fun with it and being successful, which is one of the most important parts. And that's got 2 spots left in it. So if you are interested in Fractured Star, go onto our website and get registered for that before Thursday and come and have fun with that. We have an open sew every Tuesday, starts at 10, typically goes until about 5 o'clock. We've had a couple of weeks where people were having so much fun we stayed late, so that's an option too, but not too late because at 6 o'clock we have to start YouTube. And the open sew, you can come, sew, work on your own project at your own pace, enjoy company of other sewists, and make new friends. hang out with some old friends, your choice. It's $10 to join us for Open Sew, and then you can bring your own machine or rent one of ours for the day. We have a binding party the second Tuesday of each month because we know that not everybody thinks binding is fun, so we thought we'd try to make it fun. If you join us for the binding party, we'll help you with some tips and tricks. No ticks. We won't give you ticks. But you could also just come and do your own binding method. You don't have to use ours. But it's a way to sort of get those projects done and do it in a social manner. And that's the second Tuesday of the month at 3. We have 12 Months of Gifts, which is a series we've been running on the second Thursday of the month. We have a 10:30 and a 4:30 session, and we make different projects that can be completed in the context of the class time that you can use to give as gifts. So the whole purpose of 12 Months of Gifts is come in, learn the skill to make something you can gift, but be making those throughout the year rather than scrambling in December. This is the Cut Loose gift bag, which is one of the projects we made in that class. And the theory there is it's so quick and easy to work up, you don't mind giving it as a gift, but once you've made it, you're going to love it so much, you're going to have a hard time giving it away. We made a casserole carrier in one of our 12 Months of Gifts, and this flips to fold flat. This pattern is called Pass the Hot Dish. It was a fun one. And we made the tissue tote pockets, goes on a tissue box, and just 3 fat quarters. That was a fun one. And most recently we made these little baskets, which can be made with the pockets inside like this one or outside like this one, and also can be made in different sizes, can be made with different types of interfacing, lots of variability in that project. So it was a fun one to play with. What else have we done? We did some wonky mug rugs, and I don't remember. But it's a different project every month, so it doesn't matter so much what we've done, as much as you get the idea that these are the types of projects we play with in that class. And then we have our pillowcase club. The name says club, but you can come for 1 month or all months, your choice. And in pillowcase club, we make a different kind of pillowcase each month, but they typically do involve some form of burrito and French seam, so it's a really nice finished pillowcase. Good beginner-friendly class. Great class to bring your grandchildren or children to who are out of school for the summer. Builds their sewing confidence, and they have a completed project at the end of that class as well. This Friday we have Nantucket, which I did not remember to bring the quilt into the studio for, but it's Villa Rosa Nantucket is the pattern. It is made up in the shop sample out of Tula Pink Besties fabric, which has goldfish and bunnies and dogs and hamsters and turtles, and it's in Tula Pink's wonderful colors. But it's a 10 fat quarter quilt. You don't have to make it like the shop sample with our Besties fabric. You could make it with any 10 fat quarters that you find pleasing together. And that is a debut teacher coming in to teach with us, Terry Malik, the same one who made our ombre dessert roll quilt sample. So we're going to have fun supporting her and engaging in her, sorry, someone just held up a sign from a comment and I completely lost my train of thought. Thanks. Terry Malik is teaching the class on Friday. Your quilt tab should be done by the end of class. And we're trying something new with the Nantucket quilt because we are offering 15% off your long arm services if you check that quilt in to be quilted with us when it's finished at the end of class. See how that goes for us. We have another round of all-inclusive Learn to Quilt. Our soup to nuts, we start with This Is Your Sewing Machine and end with a bound quilt over the course of 7 weeks. We've really enjoyed watching our first round of all-inclusive Learn to Quilters grow and blossom and come back for future classes and be successful in making tankini table runners and Moda Love quilts and doing a beautiful job playing with fabric. And we're hoping to create a whole nother round of those folks who get to come in and learn how fun it is to play with fabric. And that's going to start in July on Wednesday afternoons. We did start a round on Sunday this week, but you've only missed 1 week at this point. So if you have someone that you'd like to introduce to quilting, I'd be happy to catch them up before next Sunday and get them engaged with our all-inclusive Learn to Quilt class. The sign that was held up was a reminder that I didn't tell you about this deliciousness over here. These floral and, there's some small prints, some big prints, some medium prints. It is called Jelly and Jam. It is by Fig Tree for Moda, and it has all of this wonderful color to play with. We have fat quarter bundles, we have yardage, and this is the apple bottom bag made up in that. And one of our students in 12 months of gifts last week, Cindy, made a lovely basket like this out of this line. And it was just yummy and soft and wonderful. Thank you for the reminder that I needed to not leave Jelly and Jam off the list. Okay, now we get to talk about the sale. So we need to make room for the rest of the fabric that's coming this year. And we need to make room for new kits. And we need to make room to play on our notions wall. So we are going to have a sale. And when I was talking about having this sale, some of the folks who are here with us a lot, helping, volunteering, keeping everything in order, keeping everything running as smoothly as we can, said, well, if we're going to run the sale while you're gone, then it's going to be a really good sale because we want to make it worthwhile. So they basically designed the sale for us, which is why it's not going to make a lot of sense as a business owner, but it's going to be really fun for you as shoppers. And it's sort of got some progressive discounts included. We're going to have daily deals on July 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. Closed on the 4th so that we can enjoy the holiday too. And you'll come into the shop, find out what the daily deal is, and be able to play. The big sales on July 6th will have 10% off the notions wall, 15% off patterns, and manufacturer pre-cuts. So that's your jelly rolls, layer cakes, and charm packs and mini charms, 25% off of thread, 30% off of kits, 30% off of fabric by the yard, including the wide backs, as well as 35% off things that are red, white, and blue. Panels are going to be buy two, get two free. Fat quarters, 5 for $15, 10 for $25, or 20 for $40. And we've had so many wonderful people in the shop cutting fat quarters to make sure that that table is well stocked for you by the time that sale happens. We're going to have sample quilts for sale at a really great discount and a lot more bolts added to the clearance pile. We're going to have a table in the back room with a selection of 6-yard cuts that will be great for quilt backs, up to 45% off. We're only going to make one of each of those 6-yard cuts, so come to the sale early for the best selection there. And then we're also going to have a table in the back room where we've got stuff up to 75% off. Things that we only have 1 or 2 left, things that haven't been getting the love that they deserve. They'll be out here for you to rifle through and have fun looking for the deal that you're going to bring home. We are going to allow you to earn tickets for a prize drawing that we're going to have after the sale. And those tickets can be earned starting when I sent the newsletter out last week. So every $25 you spend in the shop between now and then, you earn a ticket. And then we have some creative ways for you to earn even more tickets for that prize drawing, including bring a quilt in for long arm services. And for each $25 of long arm quilting services, even though you're not paying for it when you drop it off, you'll earn a ticket into the drawing. And if you sign up for a class, you get 10 tickets. So all those fun classes I just talked about could also win you a prize. If you sign up for either of the block of the month programs or a subscription program that's going to be coming up, you earn 15 tickets. Bring someone new to the shop with you, and when they sign up for our newsletter, you each earn 10 tickets. If you bring someone new to the shop and you both sign up for a class, you each get 10 bonus tickets on top of that. And we're going to have prizes similar to what we did on the wedding weekend, but I think we've got some even more fun ones coming for that drawing. So you definitely want to earn those tickets. Some of the sale prices that we have are only going to be able to be in person just because our inventory management system can be kind of a playground bully. But we're going to get as many of them onto the website as possible in addition to in person. But I think the really good stuff is just going to have to be here in person because of that system having little quirks. And Saturday, that July 6th, We'll be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we're going to have extra folks here to make sure that we can help all of the people who are going to come have fun at that sale. I think that's all the sale stuff. We have 2 exciting pre-sale opportunities coming up. We did decide to order the whole collection of Tula Pink Untamed. The really cool thing about this particular Tula Pink collection is that it's not just Tula Pink. It's Tula Pink inspired by William Morris. So it's got a William Morris Strawberry Thief kind of feel. It's all florals, no animals in this Tula Pink line, which is unusual for her. But when you look at the fabrics in Untamed, you can see the William Morris inspiration underlying the Tula Pink kind of quirk and fun. And we're going to have pre-sale opportunities for fat quarter bundles, half yard bundles, and 1 yard bundles for that. And then we also announced on our Facebook page, I think it was last week, that we have signed up to be a charter shop for the Tim Holtz Palette Project. So Tim Holtz is curating 10 bolts of fabric for those charter shops, and it's in a particular colorway each month. Each month has some standard fabrics that are going to be included in the Tim Holtz fashion, and then 6 others that are going to be different than those standards that run every month. We had the chance to watch the live here where he revealed all of those fabrics, and there's a lot of really beautiful colors and just really fun historic things in those fabric designs. We're going to post a link to that live recording so that anybody who missed our watch party can get excited about what's going on with that program. And we're going to have the same structured pre-sale options of fat quarter bundles, half yard bundles, and 1 yard bundles for that year-long program with Tim Holtz's fabrics. We are participating in the All New England Shop Hop. September and October this year is the Shop Hop. We're going to have our own unique 4-inch block that you can pick up when you stop by the shop. We will also have the stickers for the passports. Right now, the exciting thing about the Shop Hop is that the magazines have been made available for pre-sale. These magazines have so many resources in them. They have free patterns. They have a listing of all of the shops in New England that are participating along with a map. It shares those shops' hours and contact information. So even throughout the year after the Shop Hop, you could continue going to visit all these really cool places and taking advantage of those resources. The All New England Shop Hop has a Facebook page that I highly encourage you to go and like and follow because they share all kinds of information about the hop throughout the year. And a lot of us participating shops share information there as well. There are lots of prizes to win within the All New England Shop Hop. And you get access to that by buying the magazine, visiting shops, getting your passport stamped, and collecting those blocks. We have the magazines for pre-sale on our website or in person. And if you pre-buy the magazine with us, then you also get a coupon to use during the Shop Hop. So something to look forward to in September and October. And we are also getting the line of fabrics that goes with the All New England Shop Hop. And at some point, we'll be ready to announce that the fabric is here, and we're ready to have some folks come over and help us inspire what we want to do for our shop-specific program with that Shop Hop fabric. And last but not least, a little bit of shop news, which is that we are still participating in the Sassy Sunflower half-pack quilts program. We're having so much fun curating those bundles of 5 half-yard cuts for you to come, walk in the door, say, I want that bundle, look around the shop samples. There are 9 quilt patterns or a tote bag pattern. I want that pattern and that bundle, $37.99. You're out the door with a quilt to make in an afternoon. Really fun program. We're having fun creating the bundles. We're also having fun when people come in and have an eye for color and want to create bundles for us. So if you're that person with an eye for color and you want to come help us make some bundles, let us know. We're happy to let you play with that color. We have a library of books here now. Library is probably the wrong term. There's books that people have donated that you can look through, and if you're inspired by one, you can take it home and make projects and have fun with those books. If you have books you'd like to donate to that, leave one with us, leave 2 with us, leave a pile with us. People are having fun looking through those books and getting inspiration where others' inspiration has dwindled off. And we are still looking for sample sewers. We have a few projects in mind that we'd like specifically made up. Other than that, we're looking for people to come in, find a line of fabric that inspires them to make something that inspires them, make that thing that inspires them, bring it in and let it inspire others. And then we display the shop sample, and when that line of fabric is done, you get that back. So it's a pretty fun program there. And I have no idea where we are for time. It is 6:20 something, right? I don't know. 6:28. 6:28. Thank you from the peanut gallery. So we've only got 2 minutes left, which means I had so much to talk to you about that I didn't have time to do the little tutorial. But now that we've got this working, I think I'll be able to be calmer and more prepared and plan my time better and get a tutorial in next week. It's just a fun little, makes a bowl out of a coaster. This strawberry over here. So this is the Berry Sweet Bench Pillow Kit from Riley Blake. It can be made into a table topper or a bench pillow, like an envelope pillow cover for a bench pillow. And we do have kits left in that, and those will also be included in that July 6th sale. So you can get one now, or you can get one on July 6th. And were there any other questions that I missed from the comments that didn't get held up as a sign for me?
It was a question about 11-year-old girls.
Oh, absolutely. I love teaching kids. Their brains work so beautifully and wonderfully, and they're like little sponges. And being ADHD myself, I'm pretty good at wrangling kids and cats.
I don't think you talked about the butterflies that are in the middle of the shelf.
We can talk about that one next week. That's a longer conversation.
The first 3 minutes of you showing the fabric did not live.
The first 3 minutes didn't live. Okay, so we may have to go back and tweak some things. We're on a learning curve here. We're going to be kind to ourselves. We're going to be kind to each other, and know that at some point there's going to come a day when we hit that live stream and everything just goes off without a hitch, and I'm not ripping zippers off backpacks and forgetting to talk about lines that are here and losing my to-do list. But until then, I will keep being here, keep being authentic, keep loving what I do here, what we do here, building this community, stitch by stitch, people making friends, building connections, finding a place where they belong. That's what we're about here at Golden Anchor Quilting. And I'm hoping that the people who are getting ready to stop this live stream are paying attention so that I don't have to keep talking and roll. Thank you so much for those who are with us here live, and I will make sure that we post the recording as soon as possible. Until then, keep stitching, keep smiling, coming in for the hugs. We love you.